Liam and Elsa were born 3 months premature, weighing about 2.5 pounds each. After 10 weeks of bed rest, I delivered my babies during an emergency C-section. They were tiny and thin, with skin loosely hanging off their slender limbs. They had a host of medical problems, including severe breathing problems, a heart defect, and bleeding in the brain. They were hooked up to feeding tubes, IVs, and machines to help them breathe. Alarms seemed to be constantly going off, indicating that they had stopped breathing or that their heart rates had dropped too low. When Liam was 2 days old, he had bleeding in his lungs. A nurse came into my hospital room and told me to be ready to say goodbye to my newborn. The doctor said Liam had a 50% chance of survival. All we could do was wait and hope that he would grow strong enough to operate and save him. He was now sedated and on a special ventilator, which made his little chest thump quickly like a hummingbird. We waited for a week for his little body to be ready for surgery. During the time they were in the NICU, we had other ups and downs, better known as the NICU roller coaster. 1 minute they were okay, the next they were fighting an infection, need a blood transfusion, or having increased difficulty breathing. Finally, they began to turn a corner and were able to eat and breathe on their own and could come home. Elsa was in the hospital for 63 days and Liam for 69 days. Their older sister Mara, who was 2 years old, was finally able to meet her new brother and sister in person, as young children were not permitted in the NICU. Having twins is really busy, but having preemie twins can be intense. Because both had breathing issues, the nurses and doctors advised us to keep anyone sick away from the babies. We even put a sign on our front door asking visitors to wash hands when they came in, and if they had been sick, then they couldn't visit. I became obsessed with keeping my babies healthy. At 3 months old, we had weekly physical therapy and home health nurse visits, and after their first birthdays, we began speech and educational services. We were lucky because Liam and Elsa developed wonderfully and graduated from all services when they turned 3. After 2 years of preschool, they are now in kindergarten. Their teachers are always surprised when we tell them that Liam and Elsa were 3 months premature. We're so blessed that we have such healthy and sometimes rambunctious kindergartners. They're learning to read and write. They're active little swimmers, dancers, and gymnasts doing cartwheels at every turn. The work of the March of Dimes impacted our lives and gave our kids a fighting chance. Now let's give all babies that same chance. Please support Team Sandy at www.marchforbabies.org/team/Sandy. Thank you.